One of the very particular aspects of the course, I think, is we welcome many different approaches.
I think everyone's very different. It's good to venture out and to see, people working with video, people working with paint, with print. You have a chance to delve into these ways of working, and that can actually really change your practice as well.
So I've ended up being surprised at what work I've ended up doing, and that's come from how I've been taught here, the tutorials, the philosophy of the course.
We are sitting in the Grove, which has been custom designed and built to suit the needs of art and design students. Here we have a whole floor of studio spaces, and all of our students have individual workspaces within communal studio spaces, which is usual, but everyone has an individual workspace, and that goes for part-time as well as full-time students, and you get that space from year one.
The course is a practice-based course, so we really encourage students to come in and work in the studios.
It's like a laboratory, it's a place where things can happen, where you're sorting things out, trying things out, making things.
It's motivational as well for yourself to be able to see people doing things, even if you're in like a really blank period or you're kind of stuck. It's encouraging to see people doing things.
So a day-on-day encounter with the work as it develops in the studio is one of the key aspects of learning to be an artist.
Taking risks, it's a place of risk-taking. It's of course a social space as well, where you might share some of your ideas with colleagues. It's the place where you have your tutorials with your tutor, where you display it. And ultimately it becomes your exhibition space. It becomes a place where the things that have been edited down become something that has enough authority to inhabit that space on its own without you talking about it.
We have exhibitions here in the Grove, and we do more and more of that, and there's more interest among students in terms of organising exhibitions of different kinds. But in second year and third year, you're ready to go out and have professional exhibitions. So we do that with a range of partners who are interested in engaging with us on that level. And then to make sure that you've got the confidence that your work is relevant to the contemporary dimensions of the field, that's why we also organise national and international field trips. So we're committed to organising at least one international field trip each year.
And I feel that when you do travel, you come back with a new sort of perspective and a new understanding of work.
It just inspires you even more to think, oh, the white cube isn't the only place I can exhibit my stuff. It starts to make me think about how I can make it interact in public with other people.
And the great thing about being in London, a tutor may decide with his or her tutorial group to meet in London next week and go and see an exhibition that they think they should go and see together. And that can happen quite spontaneously in a fantastic way.
I think that's one of the things I was most excited about coming here, because the facilities are so fantastic.
I personally have some expertise in terms of the photographic workshops. The dark rooms are really good. We still have wet processing. We have very good photography studios, and all the expertise that goes with that, and the digital printing is pretty amazing as well.
I've worked in the 3D workshop recently, and it's really empowering. You can use all these big machines, and the technicians are really good in saying, well, if you do it, then you're learning, and they give you the confidence to do.
The print room, we've got a wide range of facilities, including stone litho, silkscreen, etching, relief, and typography. There is also at the tail end of the room the possibility to work with textiles.
The digital media workshops in relation to film, video editing and sound editing are also extremely good, and the expertise there is all you could want for in a professional environment.
Ceramics, we have kilns, you can make things here,
So the workshop and what is done in the workshops feeds the practice in the studios and vice versa. And so the technicians team, which are great, do work with the students to realise the ideas and develop the ideas that are going on in the studio, in the same way obviously as the studio work draws on the experience of making and doing in the workshop spaces.
The other thing that's quite distinct about Middlesex is that we've got a lot of staff here who are able to spend quite a lot of time with the students. So they build up quite long-term teaching relationships with them.
So it's a very supported environment, and it's a very shared one. If you want to speak to other tutors, you can.
Yeah, you have that universal aspect. You can get advice from anyone, and you can get help from anyone.
They walk around the studios, they check on how you're doing with your work.
But also honesty, like they're all very honest. If something is not really working with your work and you, I don't know, you're going on a path which is not necessarily, you know, what you don't see but they see, then they'll tell you.
Basically not saying no, that doesn't look great, but making you think again of why you're doing certain things. It's really good to have a tutor like that.
I enjoy the fact that the tutors are artists.
We all have exhibitions or make pieces of work or publish work which feeds into our teaching constantly. I think that's an incredibly important part of being here as a student as well. You're tapping into what the very varied members of staff are doing.
The idea of this is to give you an awareness and insight into the possibilities of this stuff. It's about technology and doing stuff with it, creating.
With Nick's module, it would teach us kind of the basics for Arduino programming and thinking out space, not just about working with sound but working with physical objects to kind of find a way at which we can, you know, react and interact with spaces.
You should be able to change the numbers just by doing that. Okay, that obviously is just changing numbers. If I put a sound on here, I set it so it triggers a sound and can just change the playback speed. So if I do that. Yeah, okay.
So in the first year we're introducing students to the concept of visual culture and viewing visual culture and fine art as a continuum. We're trying to sort of instill habits of criticality, critical reading and critical writing.
During the course of the academic year, we have a range of guest speakers, artists, curators and other art professionals who come to talk about their practice or their work to the students. One of the things that they always comment about is the friendliness, the diversity and the engagedness of the student body. You know, they always get lots of questions and students are interested in what they're doing. And I like to think that that's something that is reflected within the studio practice. I'm very proud of the way that Middlesex students engage with the wider world in that way. What we're looking for in terms of portfolio submission is evidence of experimentation, a diverse and engaged approach to making work.
We'd like to see a lot of energy and interest in the subject. So a real passion for fine art is a very important factor.
Curiosity, we're looking for commitment, we're looking for engagement.
Look up the lecturers that work here.
A portfolio which shows energy, shows commitment to making work, but also shows commitment to questioning the outcomes of that work is what we want in an applicant.
And we're always wanting to welcome people to come and look around and get a gut sense of saying, yeah, I kind of like it here and I like how people are and I like how people engage with each other and I can see myself getting on here. And if people feel like that, they're more than welcome to join us.